Unitech is in focus, 30 plus levels on Unitech. Let's chat with the management then. Good time as any to bring in the CFO of the company, Manoj Popoli, on the show. Mr. Popoli, morning. Thanks very much for joining in on the show. First, let's talk about the launches that you've planned in the near term. That's Q4 as well as FY13.
We had a lot of launches in last 12 months. We are also in the process of launching further some products, but right now the focus more will be on the execution and the deliveries of the original projects which we have launched.
Morning Manoj, Nikunj Dalmia also joining in. So how exactly are you planning to reduce your debt? That is a big problem for you. So sales are down, profits are down, and margins have also taken a hit because of your debt burden.
We have already reduced a lot of debt on the company. In last around 3 quarters, we have brought down the debt by around 500 odd crores, and we will definitely keep striving to reduce the debt. But the funds which are required for the construction and the debts which are required to raise for this construction and deliveries, we are going to pick them from the market.
Manoj, the management has guided for 4,500 crore rupees of revenues in FY12. Is it an achievable target?
Probably we won't be able to reach that figure, but we'll be quite near to that figure.
And what is your revised number now?
We should be able to reach anything between 3,500 to 4,000 crores.
And how much would you aim for on the margins front and the way going forward?
Margins should not take much of a beating, because right now the projects which we are launching, they are value-added projects. We have already created a land bank which is at a very low cost, and the prices at which we are selling, these are quite reasonable prices. So as such, we don't think that the margins could suffer now. The margins could be better, because earlier, a couple of years back, we had launched some products in the affordable marketing that the margins were less. But now going forward, the margins should be quite better than those times, the affordable costing ones.
Would you be looking at an asset sale for a reduction of your current debt?
Yes, the asset sale could be done, and this is subject to the requirement. Where we would have the requirement of the funds, we'll definitely go for some asset sales.
Manoj, what about these assets? I mean, have you identified any?
We have the few assets identified, but it's subject to that we get satisfactory pricing for that, and at a point that where we need that the fund, require those funds, we'll definitely do that.
After the Supreme Court verdict, Manoj, there is a possibility that you may have to bid higher for your existing licenses. So how are you planning to raise money to bid for those new spectrums at a time when your balance sheet is looking extremely stretched?
We won't have any thing on the balance sheet, because any spectrum auction, this is only related to Uninor and not Unitech real estate operations. So that is only related to the wireless company and not to Unitech.
Manoj, is Unitech planning to take legal recourse against the recent 2G judgment?
Actually, I'm just looking after real estate operations, so I would not comment on what is happening on the wireless part.
What about the property market, Manoj? Are buyers coming back? Is demand coming back? And if yes, which are some of your key segments where demand is back?
Right now the demand is stable. There has been not picking up in the demand. Last year the market was good, but overall right now it has gone down a little and more on the stable side. But still we see that there will be demand in certain pockets, and sales would be there, provided you are able to provide good properties to the buyers.
Manoj, but do you see demand picking up with the onslaught of the reversal of rates?
Property market has always been a cyclical market, and after all the peaks, probably there is some cooling off period. This is one of that cooling off period, and I don't think this cooling off period would be very long. Over the next couple of months, we believe that the property cycle is again going to look up, and then the buyers are going to return to the market, as we have been seeing then in last 6 months back or a couple of months back.